Hello, everyone. This is Lisa Andrus, Psychic Medium, and this is your weekly reading for Monday, the 25th of November to Sunday, December 1st. And for those of you here in the United States, I want to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving this week, which is on Thursday. This week I'm using the Romance Angels Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. Honestly, not one of the decks I use the most, but I kept hearing and feeling guided to use them this week. As with always, I have pre-shuffled the deck, and I'm just going to go ahead and draw 3 cards. Okay, so this represents the week, and let's see what we have for Monday, Tuesday. Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So I have to say, just in general, these romance cards are applicable to life in general. For those of you seeking or wanting more romance in your life or wondering about your relationship, this could also apply to you. I find that this card, the synchronicity of this is that in the United States there is Thanksgiving and a holiday when many people are traveling this week. And what they're saying to me is try to enjoy rather than get stressed out about the holiday or the travel plans or just being with a family that is sometimes, some of us when we go home to our families, it can bring tension and have moments of happiness as well. But they're just saying to relax and go with the flow. I'm hearing about relationships that those of you that are in an existing relationship, the relationship is progressing to, it seems like a higher love. And then for those of you seeking love, I'm hearing relax. It will happen soon and with divine timing. Okay, and they want me to talk a little bit more about that for those of you that have been wanting romance and are wondering where your person is. When I do readings, I get asked about this often because, many of us have questions about romance in our lives. It's an important part of our life here on earth. For those of you that are wondering where your person is or you've been single for a long time, I'm expressly hearing that it's time for you to clean house, and that means both personally and literally. If your bedroom is in order for a new relationship, then it may indeed be on its way. If you are in transition of a relationship or you have not yet purged or healed your last relationship, or if you have some old wounds there, it's a time for them to kind of bubble up and for you to take care of them so that you can, in essence, clean house and be ready for your new relationship, which I'm hearing that if you're single will arrive, but not until spring, which means March-ish. So that's interesting because I didn't expect that message, but I feel like there are just many of you that are wondering about romance in your life, so I hope that helps. Okay, on to the weekly reading. Let's do the Thursday card. And this is unrequited love. It says there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Now, I'm hearing that this is applicable not only for romance, so some of you in existing relationships, this may be the case. And if you're wondering that question, this is for you if you're watching it. Also, I'm hearing that it may have to do with just personal relationships that aren't romantic. For instance, like a business partnership that no longer feels like it had what it used to have. And they're just confirming that it's time for you to consider your options and to think about moving on. Again, now this has come up in a couple of readings here lately, I feel. But if it doesn't feel like time to make a decision, it's not time to make a decision, but your angels just want to say they're hearing your thoughts about, is this the right relationship for me anymore, whether it's romance or business. And they're saying, they hear you and they understand, and it may not be what it used to be or what you want it to be. And again, I'm still even hearing that there are those of you romantically that are wondering about a certain someone. Is this going to work out? He's my best friend, and I'm wondering if there could be more, something like that. And what they're saying is that it probably will stay unrequited, and you have to clear the energy of wondering about that person. I'm just seeing a lot of question marks in my head, like, have I met him? Is he the one? And they're saying right now that it's not. If you have been wondering that question, this message is for you, that if it hasn't worked out yet, there's something better for you, okay? Now, we're going to move on to the weekend, next weekend. And the message is finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Again, I feel like this matches with the message that I said earlier, which is just cleaning house. It's kind of getting your affairs in order before you move on to the next phase of either your romantic life or just your personal life. But so many of you are wondering about romance and wanting to know, am I going to the next level? Am I going to meet my person? And they're just saying, relax, be patient. They know that it's difficult, but you are almost there. It's like they want me to say that they know that it's been a hard few years for many of you. For me, I experienced a great heartbreak in 2009. It was really difficult at the time, and I feel like it took me years to get over it, and I'm still probably processing it on some level. They want me to say that because I feel like there are those of you that might resonate with, that there was a great heartbreak or break of some kind. Again, they're saying whether in personal or business relationship, and you kind of have to spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically clean house from all of that happening. So I'm seeing that some of you are literally going to start to purge some of your items that you've been hanging on to. Some of you are getting your finances in order, and what they really want me to say right now too is that right now is a time for career. It's not a time for love, and it doesn't mean that the love will never come. But some of you that want love are trying to do different things with your career. For instance, make self-employment happen or something like that. Start a new business. And they want you to focus on that right now. And again, they're just saying, relax, your prayers are being answered. They know that it gets frustrating sometime, but they have heard your every wish and desire, and that things will happen if you just allow them to happen. On the romance tip again, I'm feeling guided to tell you another story, which is when I met my boyfriend, which I have been with my boyfriend Lewis for the last year and a half. And at the time I was lonely. I was starting to feel like I was going to be alone. And I had started to see somebody that I had a past connection with, and that didn't turn out the way that I wanted, and I kind of just gave up. And it was funny because that was the precise moment that my relationship appeared, because I think that in some ways I just let go and the synchronicities all aligned. So I met Lewis one night. I was out seeing a band because I love music, and the band that night was inside the place that I was at, and there was a patio outside. It was nice weather, so a lot of people were out on the patio. Well, I wasn't really liking what I was hearing from the band, so I went out to the patio and unknowingly sat next to my boyfriend now. I remember we talked quite a bit that night, and I remember also walking away thinking, I wonder why I didn't get his phone number. I sure hope I see him again. And the next week, we were both out at the same place, kind of looking for each other, and the rest is history. And so, you have to trust that the synchronicities are there. I think that, like a lot of other light workers, I was starting to wonder if I'm just supposed to be alone. A lot of us have past lives where we have been priests or members of the church, and we've had vows of chastity in some way. And I'm going to ask the angels on your behalf now, to anybody listening to this that feels like they've been alone for a long time, to cut those cords of chastity and poverty in your previous lives and in all directions of time for your greatest and highest good. And so it is. So I hope that this helps you. I want you all to have a great week. And for those of you in the United States, again, happy Thanksgiving. And we'll see you next week.